You plug your phone into a free airport charging station. Seems harmless, right? But in those few seconds, someone could be downloading your photos, passwords, bank details, and every private message you've ever sent. This isn't science fiction. It's happening right now at airports worldwide, and most travelers have absolutely no idea they're being targeted. Today, we're exposing 10 shocking airport technology secrets that put your personal data, your money, and even your identity at serious risk. From charging stations that steal your information to Wi-Fi networks designed to harvest your passwords, airports have become digital hunting grounds for cybercriminals and data collectors. Some of these threats are so widespread that security experts refuse to use public charging stations entirely. Airlines and airports won't warn you about these dangers because, frankly, they profit from keeping you connected and distracted. Hit subscribe because what you're about to learn could save you from identity theft, financial fraud, and privacy violations that could haunt you for years. Let's dive into the hidden digital dangers lurking at every airport terminal. USB charging ports can install malware in under 60 seconds. Picture this. You're at the gate, your phone is at 5%, and you spot a USB charging port built right into the seating area. You plug in and relax. But here's what's actually happening. The moment you connect, that port isn't just charging your phone. It's accessing your data port, the same connection you use to sync files with your computer. Hackers use a technique called juice jacking to install malware through these ports. In under 60 seconds, malicious software can copy your photos, contacts, emails, and text messages. Some sophisticated attacks even install keyloggers that record everything you type, including passwords and credit card numbers. The FBI and FCC have issued official warnings about this threat. Security researchers demonstrated at hacking conferences how easily public USB ports can be compromised. One study found that 29% of public charging stations in major airports showed signs of tampering. Your phone thinks it's just getting power, but it's actually handing over the keys to your entire digital life. Airport Wi-Fi networks track your every movement through the terminal. You connect to the airport's free Wi-Fi to check your gate number. Convenient, sure. But that innocent connection just activated a sophisticated tracking system that follows your every step through the terminal. Airport Wi-Fi doesn't just provide internet access. It tracks your device's unique MAC address, creating a detailed map of where you go, how long you stay, and what catches your attention. Retailers pay airports millions for this location data because it reveals your shopping patterns, travel habits, and spending behaviors. Major airports like London Heathrow and LAX use Wi-Fi tracking to monitor passenger flow. They know which shops you walk past, which restaurants you enter, and how long you browse duty-free. This data gets sold to advertisers who then target you with personalized ads for weeks after your trip. Even if you don't actively connect to the network, your phone continuously searches for known Wi-Fi networks, broadcasting your previous locations. Tracking systems capture these signals, building profiles of where you've been and predicting where you'll go next. Privacy researchers call airports digital surveillance zones for good reason. Airport Bluetooth beacons are listening for your devices. You're walking through the terminal with Bluetooth enabled on your phone. Maybe you forgot to turn it off after using wireless headphones. That small oversight just made you visible to dozens of hidden tracking beacons scattered throughout the airport. These Bluetooth beacons, installed by airports and retail partners, constantly scan for nearby devices. When they detect your phone, they log your unique identifier and track your location with precision down to a few feet. Unlike Wi-Fi tracking, you don't even need to connect to anything. Simply having Bluetooth enabled makes you trackable. Retailers use these beacons to send targeted push notifications when you walk past their stores. But the tracking doesn't stop there. Your movement patterns get stored in databases, analyzed for behavioral insights, and often sold to third parties. Some beacons can detect even when your Bluetooth is supposedly off, because many phones keep Bluetooth partially active for features like AirDrop or device finding. Security experts recommend putting your phone in airplane mode when moving through airports. It's the only way to truly disable these tracking technologies and protect your location privacy from commercial surveillance. Free charging stations aren't actually free. That charging kiosk in the terminal looks like a public service, but someone's definitely paying for it. And ultimately, that someone is you. Companies install these charging stations for free, then monetize them through targeted advertising displayed on attached screens. But here's the sneaky part. Many charging stations also collect device information. Your phone model, operating system, installed apps, and usage patterns all get harvested and sold to data brokers. One charging station company was caught selling user data to marketing firms for up to $3 per device profile. Multiply that by thousands of travelers daily, and these free chargers become incredibly profitable data collection tools. Some charging stations even inject tracking cookies through the power connection, allowing advertisers to follow your browsing across websites for months. The business model is simple. Offer convenience while quietly extracting valuable personal information. You thought you were just borrowing electricity, but you're actually trading your privacy for a few percentage points of battery life. Public computers and kiosks log everything you type. You need to print your boarding pass, so you use the airport's public computer kiosk. You log into your email, print your document, and walk away. But that kiosk just recorded your email address, password, and possibly every website you visited during that session. Public computers at airports rarely get properly wiped between users. Keylogging software, whether installed maliciously or accidentally through malware, can capture every keystroke. Your login credentials, personal information, and browsing history all get stored in temporary files that the next person or a skilled hacker can easily access. One security audit of airport kiosks found that 67% retained user data even after supposed automatic clearing systems. Some kiosks had stored passwords from hundreds of previous users, creating a treasure trove for identity thieves. The same risk applies to hotel business centers and library computers. Never log into sensitive accounts like banking, email, or social media on public computers. If you absolutely must, always use private browsing mode and manually clear all data before logging out. Your boarding pass QR code contains shocking personal information. You post a photo of your boarding pass on social media to show you're jetting off somewhere exciting. That innocent share just exposed your full name, frequent flyer number, passport details, and enough information for someone to access your entire airline account. The QR code and barcode on boarding passes aren't just gate identifiers. They contain your record locator, which grants access to your complete itinerary, seat assignment, and contact information. With this data, hackers can log into your airline account, see your future bookings, and even access your stored credit card details. Security researchers demonstrated how easily this works by scanning discarded boarding passes found in airport trash bins. They successfully accessed passenger accounts, changed seat assignments, and viewed personal information within minutes. Some frequent flyer programs store passport numbers and known traveler numbers in accounts accessible through boarding pass data. Identity thieves use this information for fraudulent bookings or to create fake identification documents. Airlines know about this vulnerability, but haven't implemented better security because changing the system would cost millions. So they stay quiet, and travelers keep oversharing without realizing the consequences. Airport app permissions give away more than you think. You download an airline or airport app for convenient check-in and real-time gate updates. But buried in those permissions you quickly accepted is authorization for the app to access your location, contacts, photos, and microphone, even when you're not using it. These apps track your location constantly, building detailed profiles of your travel patterns, home address, and work location. They know when you're away from home, making you a potential target for burglaries. This location data often gets shared with partner companies or sold to data brokers. Some airport apps request permission to access your photo library, ostensibly for uploading profile pictures. But once granted, they can scan all your photos for metadata, facial recognition data, and location information embedded in image files. One major airline app was caught uploading user contacts to their servers without explicit disclosure. They claimed it was for improving customer service, but it essentially gave them access to your entire social network. Always review app permissions carefully and deny access to anything beyond basic functionality. Airport surveillance goes far beyond security cameras. You know about the security cameras, but airports deploy surveillance technologies that would make privacy advocates skin crawl. Facial recognition systems now operate at major airports worldwide, scanning every face that passes through, comparing it against databases, and storing the results indefinitely. These systems don't just identify you at passport control. They track your movements throughout the terminal, logging which shops you visit, who you meet, and how long you spend in different areas. Even if you're not on any watch list, your facial data gets captured and stored. Some airports use gait analysis technology that identifies people by their walking patterns. Even if you cover your face, these systems can recognize you by how you move. Thermal imaging cameras detect stress levels and body temperature, flagging travelers who appear nervous or unwell. Voice recognition systems in some terminals listen to conversations near gates and in shopping areas, analyzing speech patterns and keywords. This data feeds into behavioral analysis algorithms that assess perceived threat levels. The most disturbing part is that most of this surveillance operates without disclosure. Travelers have no idea how much data airports collect or who has access to it afterward. Airline and airport apps drain your battery on purpose. Ever notice how quickly your phone battery dies when you're using airline apps at the airport? That's not coincidental. Many travel apps are deliberately designed to drain your battery, pushing you toward those compromised charging stations we talked about earlier. These apps constantly refresh in the background, pulling location data, updating flight information, and communicating with airport beacon networks. This continuous activity consumes significant power, making your phone's battery indicator drop faster than normal. Why would they do this intentionally? Because dead phone batteries create desperate passengers who will use any available charging solution, even risky public USB ports. And when you're at those charging stations with captive attention, you're more likely to watch ads and browse duty-free deals on nearby screens. Security experts recommend fully charging your phone before leaving home, enabling low power mode at the airport, and carrying a personal portable charger. Don't let manipulative app design push you toward compromised charging solutions that put your data at risk. Your deleted data isn't actually deleted. You used the airport Wi-Fi to check sensitive information, then disconnected and deleted your browsing history. Problem solved, right? Not even close. That data is still out there, and it's more accessible than you think. When you connect to airport Wi-Fi networks, your data passes through their servers where it gets logged and stored. Even if you delete everything on your device, the airport's network infrastructure maintains copies of your browsing activity, often for months or years. These logs include every website you visited, every search query you made, and metadata about your communications. While airports claim they anonymize this data, researchers have shown how easily individuals can be re-identified through browsing patterns alone. Some airports sell aggregated browsing data to analytics companies who profile travelers for advertising purposes. Your supposedly private web searches at the airport become part of marketing databases that follow you long after your trip ends. The only true protection is using a VPN that encrypts all your traffic before it reaches the airport's network. There you have it. 10 airport technology secrets that should make you seriously rethink how you stay connected while traveling. From juice-jacking charging stations to Wi-Fi networks that track your every move, airports have become digital minefields for the unprepared traveler. The aviation industry profits from keeping passengers connected and distracted, even when those conveniences come with serious privacy and security risks. They won't warn you about these threats because admitting them would hurt business and raise uncomfortable questions about passenger surveillance. Which secret shocked you most? Drop a comment below and share your own airport security experiences. Have you ever had your data compromised while traveling? Let's discuss in the comments. Until then, charge your devices at home, bring your own power bank, and protect your digital privacy like your identity depends on it. Because it does. Safe travels.